Ladies and gentlemen, please, Mr. LeVar Burton. Hey, just a quick, I always want to ask, I mean, I've watched you in so many things. I go back all the way to Roots, where of course I remember the first time ever seeing something that changed how I thought about television. And then I was a kid during Reading Rainbow, so... I was 17, but I learned to read. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all right. Okay. And then, of course, Star Trek. And Star Trek, I changed how everybody, I think, thought about what sci-fi is. What are you a sci-fi guy? Like, when you are home, I want to go watch some sci-fi.
Yeah, I love sci-fi. And I love watching myself on TV, so... so it works out well, right? No. Actually, I am a sci-fi guy, and have always been drawn to Gene's vision of the future. I think that we are, we are the beneficiaries of a lot of dysfunctional, dystopian, post-apocalyptic, zombie stuff these days, and I just think Gene's vision continues to be the platinum standard for how we need to conduct ourselves going forward. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
He'll never be the same again. Well, good evening. That really sucked. Come on, this is Ottawa. You guys beat the Hats last night. Where's the freaking spirit? Beer. Talk about pandering to a Canadian audience. 2 words. Hockey! Beer! You guys are so easy. And Star Trek, right. Who here has seen an episode of Perception on TNT? 12 people. But you're my favorite 12 people in the room. Perception on TNT, a new series I'm doing with Eric McCormack, Canadian. Right? Eric McCormack, very, very talented Canadian thespian. And we are in the middle of shooting our 2nd season. We'll be back June 25th. That lukewarm reception I could have stayed home for. What's Perception about? Eric plays a professor of neuroscience who is schizophrenic, off his meds, and helps the FBI solve crimes. What? That seems implausible to you somehow? Clearly you don't watch enough TV. Any Reading Rainbow fans? We're gonna test your love for Reading Rainbow.
We're gonna sing this all?
No, it's not a quiz. It's a song. Who knows the song? No. Who knows the song? All right, I'll go over here and sing with y'all. You guys don't know the freaking song. You'll fake it. Spoken like a true Canadian. Wow. That was uncalled for. Don't you think?
Oh my God!
Butterfly in the sky, I can go by the sky.
Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
I can go anywhere.
Ways to know, ways to grow, the reading rainbow.
A reading rainbow.
I'm exhausted. I need a nap. So this is my first time in Ottawa. It's the seat of government. Wow. I had no idea Mr. Harper was so popular. Goodness. Angry crowd. I know how to fix that. Hockey! Beer! Boobs! That's a trifecta there for you, huh? Hockey, beer, and boobs. I love this country. Very civilized. No, it's true. I mean, in Toronto, it is actually... Oh, you know what? You guys are so provincial. I'm just saying in Toronto, it's legal to be bare-breasted, be you a man or a woman in public. Isn't it the same here in Ottawa? Oh, thank God. But isn't it true that it's always the people that are least likely to be good candidates to be naked in public that are the ones that show up bearing so much flesh? Why is that? Strange. But true. What should we talk about?
Star
Trek? There's a new movie coming out soon. I sense a mixed level of enthusiasm.
But you're not in it!
No, sadly I'm not. But, you know, I'm still excited to see it, whether I'm in it or not. I mean, don't get me wrong, watching myself on TV is one of my favorite pastimes. Exceeded only by watching me in the movies. But I think JJ did a really good job with the reboot. I'm really interested, I'm curious now. I'm very curious to see what he does this time out. I mean, in the best tradition of Star Trek movies, this one's gotta be about something other than a reboot, right?
Yeah.
Right? No, really. I mean, it's a Star Trek, right?
Right!
It's not all action and lens flares, is it? I mean, that would be silly, wouldn't it? No, really. I mean, it is about something. Isn't it? God, I hope so. God, I hope so. You do? Oh, you mean I do? I have questions. I mean, I don't have any questions, but what you're saying is that there are questions for me? Glad we got that cleared up. Would you, sir, be the first questioner?
Indeed I am.
Mystery guest.
My name is Daryl.
I'm sorry?
Daryl.
Dara? D-A-R-A?
D-A-R-R-Y-L.
Oh, Daryl! I just missed the whole second syllable of your name there, Daryl.
That's okay.
I only heard the feminine version of your name. Dara. But there were other consonants there lurking at the end. Those R's, Y's, and L's can be so sneaky, can't they?
They can.
Yeah. Have you a question, Daryl?
Yes, I do. Now, LeVar, over the years, you've inspired a lot of people to get into reading or to get into sciences, and I was just wondering, what out of all the stories of people that have written to you about that, who touched your heart the most, or who made the biggest impact in terms of who you've inspired?
That's a serious question, Daryl. Clearly, you've never been to one of my panels before. In all fairness, Daryl, I feel as though I should take your question seriously.
There we go.
You were talking about inspiration. Any communications I have received that are in some way compelling, outstanding, in terms of how they have been inspired by the character and or the series.
Or the person.
For the person. No. Sorry. Drawing a blank, Daryl.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But probably, I would say, like, in terms of, like, you know, interests and stuff like that, or getting into things, I think that you, both as the character and as a person, probably got, like, a great many people in this room into a lot of things.
I'll tell you something, and this is the honest to goodness truth. I am incredibly proud of the fact, and sometimes moved, when I meet engineers wearing the ring who say to me, Star Trek inspired me to go into my chosen profession. You're one of them. Any engineers in the house? Engineers do it better because they get shit done. I'm just saying. Daryl, did I in any way come close to answering the question?
Close enough.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
You bet. Sir, Daryl. Mystery guest number 2, enter please, and what is your name?
Sheila.
Sheila!
Yes. I was wondering, with all reading Rainbow, and it's a reading Rainbow question, what is your favorite book?
Hey!
What is my favorite book?
It can either be a children's book or an adult book. I don't care.
You mean my
What
favorite
is your favorite book?
Of all time?
Let's go with that.
Oh my God. My favorite book of all time. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you about the book I was reading when I cracked the code. How's that? Third grade. Captain's Courageous. Rudyard Kipling. remember reading that book, and at the end of the story, I got very sad. Because I was leaving that world that I had become so attached to. I recognize today that it was nothing more than a case of depression. Yes, I suffered from depression as a third grader.
Didn't we all?
Well, apparently we did. But to this day, when I'm reading an especially good novel, I consciously slow down the last couple of chapters to forestall that inevitable sense of depression that I get when I come to the end of a good story, where I really surrendered myself to imagining that world as fully as I'm in. I really do love to read.
What's the best book that you've read recently?
Sheila, you asked your question now. You didn't say I have a question and then a follow-up. All right, fine. What's the second question?
What's the best book that you've read recently?
Well, I'm reading right now Joyce Carol Oates' The Accursed, and yeah, ooh, it's good. It's got zombies, vampires, and presidents of the United States, all rolled up into one. It's really, she's a master storyteller, and I'm enjoying her latest work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Let's hear it for Sheila.
I always do that. I make it shorter when I walk out. Thanks. Hi!
Hi! Don't mind me.
Name's Doogie.
Judy?
No, Doogie. Like Hauser, MD.
Oh.
Yeah, it gets better. My last name's Dick. Shut up. Which, when you make the microphone shorter, makes a really good
You gotta be kidding, really?
I'm dead serious.
Your name is Duty Dick?
Doogie, geek, with a G.
Oh, Doogie.
There you go.
Doogie Dick.
Yes.
Yeah, I had that when I was an adolescent.
But don't take my word for it.
I'm so sorry. It's uncalled for. It's funny, but it's very uncalled for.
It's a good one, though.
Thank you, Doogie. What?
Oh, wait, I'm good. The first time I met my colonel, my boss, this is a man that leads people into war, and he's like, your name is, I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Doogie, do you have a question?
A question and a follow-up. Because I'm a big fan of the Canadian Kids Morning reading trifecta, which was Reading Rainbow, Read All About It, and Read Along, that they all came out in a row. We want to know if you're going to put Reading Rainbow on Netflix. Yeah! And not just the American Netflix, we want to watch it too.
Yeah. You know Reading Rainbow is no longer a television show, do you?
I know.
Yeah, it's
and
an
it's
app.
upsetting.
It's an app.
This is a Nokia. I can't be trusted with something that costs more than $100. I threw this under a bus the first day I got it. You know that. I'm a very tricky dick. There's a lady in the audience guess who's killing herself? Because we're part of the same wiener dog group. Because I am the Dick and Weenie Show. I'm the Dick, here's my wiener. This could go on all night.
Doogie? Yeah, what's the follow-up?
I have a question about a Reading Rainbow app.
Yeah.
Could you please make one? Because I got asked, when you get there, can you ask LeVar what the name of the book was about the pig that couldn't find a place in our house to read? And I was like, yeah, because he remembers every single one. You need an app where people can punch in tag words, and the book from Reading Rainbow will show up. Can we have that?
Dude, you asked for it, you got it. Get the hell out of my rainbow. Doogie Dick, y'all! Boy, if I had a quarter for every time I said that. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Devon. I didn't realize there was going to be quite this much Reading Rainbow talk in this. I thought it was going to be mainly a Star Trek thing. So I thought I would be one of those unique people to come up and say, thank you for being such a huge part of my childhood with this amazing show that you put on that many people may not have heard of, called Reading Rainbow.
What is this Reading Rainbow you speak of, sir?
See, it was this amazing program I used to watch as a child. Well, not quite that young. I was maybe mid-teens. I don't want to, age you or anything. I mean, a show on TV where they talked about books. It was amazing. It was revolutionary, and it was such a huge part of my life. And when I found out that you were coming here, I just wanted to come up and say thank you so much for everything you brought to me, and apparently to all these other people.
I met him when he made a movie.
How are you?
I'm well, yourself. I felt a little bad because you're probably waiting for a Star Trek question and yet another person has a Reading Rainbow question.
Hey, it's all good.
Well, as an advocate of writing and an actor of bringing stories alive, what makes a good story?
What makes a good story besides a beginning, middle, and an end?
Yeah, I was hoping for a little more depth than that.
For me, it's compelling characters. Characters that I can identify with, and however long I spend with them, find reason to care about them and what happens to them on their journey. And I also like a story that gives me something more than just a series of events. I like adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. And the naked pictures. That's always good, right?
Hello, Mr. Burton.
Hello, sir.
Two quick questions for you.
I'm sorry, but you're wearing a trench coat indoors.
There was more. It's all.
I'm sorry?
There was more to the costume.
There was more to the costume. I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
First question, can I call you LeVar?
You may.
Awesome, that's the first question. Second question, LeVar. You've been the king of cameos recently. You've been in Fresh Hells, you've been in Big Bang, and in Community.
Set phasers to love me!
They already are. They already are. My phasers are always set to love me. Sir. Did anybody? Your question was, which is my favorite of those cameos,
and which are you going to be redoing again?
Well, I don't know if anybody was up late last night to see the Colbert Report. Anybody see the Colbert Report last night? So far, that is my favorite cameo. Stephen did a very special episode of Reading Rainbow where we discussed The Great Gatsby. Last night. So if you haven't seen it, Hulu it or YouTube it. It was kind of cool. And I enjoyed that an awful lot. However, the community was great. Donald Glover, amazingly talented. Childish Gambino, I mean, the man, he's really, really talented. Big Bang Theory, I love being there. One of my favorite shows on TV. Anytime Bill Brady invites me over, I'm down to go and play with the folks over there. It's a great show and run incredibly professionally well. Yeah, I like it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hi there.
Hello. My name's Erica. Hi, Erica. I also have a community question.
Anybody watch Star Trek?
Yeah. I know. My question for you was the funniest line I think I heard on television last year. More fish for Kunta. Who wrote that line and how did you get through it? No way.
I wrote the line. And there was really no trick to its delivery.
No.
Just kind of, it was there.
The funniest piece of TV I saw last year.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we're going to amend it this weekend to more beer for Kunta. More beer for Kunta. It's got a ring to it, right? More beer for Kunta. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Quinn.
Hi, Quinn.
Unfortunately, I'd probably be one of the women who don't want to speak going around topless in Ottawa, but...
Quinn, would you like to see my breasts?
Yes! You offered, but that's not my question. After you show, then I'll ask my question.
Okay. No, I mean... My question to you, Quinn, was hypothetical. It was rhetorical, Quinn. It wasn't an actual question requiring a response.
Okay. So mine's another one with a follow-up, and I actually get to ask the first Star Trek question. If you could choose any role from any of the Star Trek shows, if you had not been cast as Geordi LaForge and that wasn't available to you, who would you want to play and why?
I like Worf.
Yeah.
Because Michael Dorn could never remember his lines.
And you'd like to do that?
I just thought,
Well, I guess when he speaks Klingon, it doesn't matter if he screws that up.
I just thought that, I honestly think that Michael, in spite of his challenges. I'm gonna hear about that one. I think that Michael was the quintessential Klingon. He was just, I mean, he's so, like, Worfy. Right? I think Worf is a cool character. He really is. He's tall, little dumb, consummate warrior.
Who would have shown off his boobs for everybody?
I think Michael would. I don't know that Michael would show you his boobs. He might. I'll tell you what. You get Michael to show you his boobs, then I'll show you mine. After all, it's legal. in Ottawa.
Technically all of Ontario, but yes.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My name is Epstein. Sorry to bring the mood down just a bit, but you spoke in your opening about Gene Roddenberry's concept for the universe being what we should strive for. And while I fully endorse that, having lost my eyesight about 20 years ago, I just wanted to say, just a comment, that you, sir, are a personal inspiration to me for something to look forward to sometime soon in the future.
Nice! You know, it's crazy, but there is so much technology that we enjoy in our lives today that, that stems from Star Trek. You know, I am convinced that there was some kid who grew up watching those original episodes of the original series and kept seeing the Shat pull out this communicator from that secret Velcro place on his hip because, of course, there are no pockets in the future. And he would pull it out, and he would flip it open, and he would call Scotty and say, "Scotty, pick me up," right? And that child grew up, became a scientist, perhaps an engineer, designer of product, and is responsible for a piece of technology that is more prevalent than the toaster. By a show of hands, how many people have ever seen or actually used a flip cell phone? How about the Bluetooth ear device? iPad? Holodeck? Hey, my information is we're about 15 years away from the geosynchronous systems architecture that allows us to maximize computing power and have in real time the kind of computational muscle necessary to have, you know, systems like voice recognition, facial recognition, 3D imaging, and modeling in real time. We are about 15 to 20 years away from nailing a holodeck, y'all. I genuinely believe that the contributions that Star Trek has made to culture and to society worldwide have been enormously influential and important. And that's why I say Star Trek is a special vision of the future. And I just hope that in their wisdom, the keepers to the keys of the kingdom have made sure that Gene's vision isn't being overlooked in terms of flash instead of substance.
I was going to ask if you were sick and tired of everybody asking you about reading Rainbow, but it seems you're okay with that.
I'm fine with it.
Thanks. Thanks for coming to Ottawa. This is amazing. Me except being a huge nerd my entire life and being proud of it. I have a Star Trek question. I don't know if anybody remembers a 90s hair doodad called a banana clip. Did they take a banana clip and paint it silver for your visor?
No, they did not. See, that is a vicious, vicious rumor. that people like you insist on propagating. But you're not far off. So here's the story. Michael Okuda. You all know Michael Okuda, right? Michael and Denise were on their way out to dinner in a movie, I think. They were working up some concepts for the Visor. Denise was putting on her jacket. She had a hair clip on. It fell down over her eyes, and Michael went, "Shit!" Well, I mean, you know, that was sort of the essence. I don't know whether he actually said that in the moment, but that is, in fact, the inspiration. But the original Visor was considerably more than just a hair barrette painted.
Okay, thanks, because I've been curious about that.
But not much more than that. But it was, in fact, more than that.
Thanks.
You're most welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Dwayne. I was kind of inspired to ask a question. You mentioned it's your first time in Ottawa, so being you're in the capital of Canada, I was just kind of wondering, you've probably been asked this before, what was it like spending an entire episode doing most of your scenes with the late great Jimmy Doohan?
I love Jimmy Doohan. Love Jimmy Doohan. Love Jimmy Doohan. Relics is one of my favorite episodes. Absolutely. Now, what is the connection between Relics and being in the provincial capital?
National capital.
Oh. The national.
Jimmy was Canadian. That's what brought the two to mind.
Oh, yeah, that was a stretch.
Yeah. What can I say? Weird things set off weird chains in my head.
I get it. Yeah. Random thoughts collide and lead to new thoughts.
Yeah, so I thought, what the heck, I get up and ask a question.
God bless. And Jimmy was also fond of beer. Did you know that? And hockey, as it turns out. And I have it on good authority, he was a real big fan of boobs. So there you go. The Canadian trifecta.
Hi, my name is Melissa. First of all, I want to say thank you for reading Rainbow, because between reading Rainbow and my mother's love of reading, I can't count the number of books that I've read.
How many mothers in the house this evening? Please stand up, all moms.
And I'm standing right here.
Please stand up. Please stand up. If you're a mother, please stand up. Please. Let's show the mother. Sir, you. Sit.
Happy Mother's Day.
All the moms in the house. Can we have that? Let's give them some love. It's Mother's Day this weekend. Thank you, moms.
So I have a Star Trek question as well, and my question is, what was your favorite episode to film and why?
God. My favorite episode to film. You know, there are still several episodes, many in fact, that I haven't seen. I always liked it when we went on the holodeck and got to get out of our spacesuits, put on other clothes. It was so rare. It was always fun to have pockets. We were always sticking our hands in our pockets when we went on the holodeck, because we didn't have any in our spacesuit. No panty lines because there's no underwear in the future. You didn't know that? It's true. It's all part of the package. As it were. You'll find out. You'll see. You'll see. Yes.
I'm Jay, like the bird.
Jay.
So I have to thank you for all the education that you bring to people. I have a question from a scientific background because I'm studying science.
Are you?
Yes. And
Jay, you realize, of course, that I am not actually an engineer.
educate people intellectually, and I want to thank you for that. And my question has to do with that. What is on your bucket list to learn more? What do you want to take to study, to learn? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What's really like, I want to go there, I want to do that.
Languages. I want to learn more languages. I want to speak more languages. I want to be able to communicate with more people who live in different parts of the world.
Great.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. A couple of more. Actually, they're counting me down. We have exactly 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Go.
Mr. Burton, hello. Thank you very much for coming to Ottawa. It's a pleasure. My question has to do with Reading Rainbow. I was wondering, could you give us a brief history of Reading Rainbow? That is, how you became involved with the project. How did it start in the first place, and did you spearhead it? How did you get involved?
Reading Rainbow was created by a woman named Twyla Liggett, who was an educator. She joined forces with a public television station in Buffalo, New York, WNED. And they created a pilot back in 80-something. They were looking for a host, and I was on their short list. I had done a couple of seasons of a PBS children's series called Rebop. And I knew I was on their short list. They contacted me. I was on my way through New York, on my way to Africa, and they presented the idea to me. And a half-an-hour television on, specifically on TV during the summer months when kids are not in school and their reading and comprehension skills suffer. It just seemed like a good idea at the time, using the medium just to steer children back in the direction of literature and the written word.
It absolutely was. Can I sing? Okay, well, I want to sing Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, Reading Rainbow. It's no good. A Reading Rainbow.
Thank you, Brad.
I don't care for us. I'm Adrian.
Hi.
Both my brothers are engineers. So that's good for the engineers. And in part, I'm sure, because of your influence. So it's really cool to be standing in front of you today. I became a lawyer. My question. Last year, Brent Spiner was here, and he told us his favorite person to hang out with on the show was Lore. So I'm wondering, and I gotta know, and I'm sure you get this every single time, I gotta know who...
Wait!
Who is the coolest to hang out with?
Brent said that his favorite person to hang out with was Lore. Whatever happened to all those wonderful, poignant Data Jordy moments? I thought they were supposed to be best friends, those two. Lore?
It's on tape somewhere. But who? Like, who was your favorite to hang out with?
Well, I was going to say Brent, but not anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Some people. Lore. Who knew? I guess, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our Q&A. I am genuinely happy to be here in the city of Ottawa. Have a great weekend, y'all. Please come by the tables tomorrow and see us.